Well, ladies, obviously a roller coaster of a match, back and forth between the two teams. Just give me your overall thoughts.
I think it was a good match to see what we are capable of. I think Wake Forest really pushed us to be a better team. I mean, they passed almost perfectly, sided out really well. And I think it was, cool to see us learn some lessons from just yesterday on, going after it, translating that into today, but then, learning from this loss and keeping that energy going forward and know how good we can get, considering it's just week 2.
What was Coach's message during that set after set number 2? Because after that, you girls came out and had one of the better sets of the year with that 500 hitting percentage right there.
Yeah, I think what their mindset is matches what our mindset is. Is we have one of our core words this year is grit. And I think going into that third set, we were talking before and we were like, this is our time to have grit. Like, this is one of our words. We've been working on this in practice. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys heard us on the bench. We started changing our cheer from UCF Knights to grit. And I think that just embodies that comeback that we were feeling like we know we're capable to do more. And I think we started showing that on the court.
And I want to expand on that for the two of you because you're both captains, and you both really took off. You set the tone in the third set, Abby, and then Claudia, you obviously were great as well. As captains, do you feel like you have to kind of lead some of the youngsters there alongside Chloe? She was another captain because you've been here before, been there, done that. Where some of the youngsters, like an Abby Shomers and the others, haven't been.
Yeah, I think, when the time comes, that is, our moment to step up and show that we have that experience. But it's really easy to do that with this team when everyone stays engaged, like we were today. We also have Abby Shomers. She's kind of part of our leadership group. I think I mentioned that yesterday. And so she really had a voice today in the best way possible. She was going after it, reminding us to take it one point at a time. So I think, that never went away. Even when we dropped that 5th set, all of that communication was there. Us as captains, sometimes it's just a simple reminder in the huddles, and just keep it, dialed in, keep it simple, focus on one thing at a time. But again, the team as a whole, we're really always on the same page.
Yeah, and we do have, especially us two, have a lot of experience on the court, but I don't think that our youngins, just because they don't have experience doesn't mean they aren't willing to speak. That's something I've been super proud of all of the kids on our court this year is their ability to speak up. Like Abby Shomers is talking a ton. Mm-hmm. Willie is getting out of there. Emily Wilson is getting out there and talking. You have different personalities coming out on the court, and it's great to just see that it doesn't just have to be us. Yes, we have that experience, but they're still willing to step up for this team, and that's something that I've loved coming from them. It shows their maturity and their willing and commitment to this game.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you ended up co-leading the team with 14 kills apiece tonight. Talk about just the offensive performance from you guys tonight, because I've been seeing you guys just really getting involved, and it really worked out tonight for a while.
You got it first. Yeah. I've always had a big mindset of the more middles get involved, the more pressure we can take off our pins. When our passing is there, it's the best thing in the world to us middles, because then it reminds the block that they have to respect us. And I think a lot of teams are seeing that as the games goes on of, hey, they're a threat too. And that is great in my opinion, because then that allows us to set our pins and they can have one-on-one opportunities. And Abby and I are both capable of still taking those balls even in a one-on-one situation or even a two-on-one situation.
Yeah, I think another cool thing in particular, both of us getting 14 kills. Usually, I think it's really nice that Abby was able to realize, you have both middles, and no matter what the rotation is, she can still get us one-on-one. Sometimes it's certain games, it's one middle gets more sets than the other, and it's finding that balance, but it was really nice to see her consistently find us throughout the match in all those imperfect situations as well.
Another top 10 crowd tonight, nearly 1,300.
Nice.
Did you hear them? Because they got louder, even though you were down 2 sets. A lot of fan bases, were it's not our night, but they stayed with you. Did you all sense that and feed off of that?
Absolutely.
Oh, we always feed off that. That's one of the main reasons we love playing in this gym. We can pack it, and as much as we feed off them, they feed off us. We can hear them get loud, and you could tell in the first couple sets that they were struggling to get energy, similar to us. But then once we get them rowdy, they stick with us, and that's what I love about our fan base.
Absolutely.
Claudia, one thing I noticed from you in this, even though you only had 2 service aces, you really had them going down to really I guess, avoid the ace. Can you talk about what it's been like for you with your serve and working with Ava as well, who had a really good night serving, getting 4 aces?
First of all, she has the best serve on the team. Yeah, she's really good. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a big part of my game that I like also being able to contribute to the team. Like, yes, I get to be in the front row and hit and block, but serving allows me to serve and get them out of system as well as get to play defense a little bit too. I have a fun time playing defense, but serving to me is always get my team in the best position defensively. Like, I'm not always going for the ace, but I want to make sure I can bring an outside down to a knee and get them out of the hitting kind of scheme, or go in between seams, get people confused. So that's kind of always my big thing of, okay, how can I help the team to set us up defensively where we can make an easy block, we can make an easy read, and go from there.
She also knows really well to, kind of take something off of the serve too when she needs to.
What do you two now take away from this match? Now you move forward. You got Alabama State. You got to get short memory, but you mentioned you'll take some things from this to get better. What do you take from this match moving forward?
I think one thing is our grittiness going into that set 3. That should never go away. Jenny said in the huddle in the locker room, just because you know how to win in 3 doesn't mean you know how to win in 5. And I think us, learning from that mistake, learning from this loss is the biggest thing that we can take away. Not every team can, take a loss and learn something from it and become better out of it. So that's something I'm excited for our team to start doing starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and we talked about it too in the locker room of this. It's still early in the season. Like, you are gonna have growing pains during this season. You're gonna kind of feel this way. Obviously, you never want to feel the way, but it does happen. But I think the growth opportunity we have from this moving forward, going into a brand new conference at high level, like, that's gonna be huge for us. Of, hey, like, this is the first time we've played a 5-setter. Like, this is what we're gonna need to do at the end of the day to get it done.
Yeah, teams you should expect us to stay singing for sure.
All right, awesome. Best of luck,
Thank you.
ladies.
Yeah, thank you.